Today I'm going to show you how I make my basic buttercream icing. You will need 2 sticks of butter, a half a cup of heavy whipping cream, about 8 cups of powdered sugar, and you can see that I have a whisk here. You'll want to whisk it or sift it to get all the lumps out. You'll also need a spatula and some measuring spoons, and today I'm making a mint buttercream. So I'm using a peppermint extract. The first thing that you'll want to do is you'll want to cream your butter. So you'll put it in your mixer. Make sure my mixer is locked. And I will turn on the mixer. You'll want to make sure that you are using room temperature butter. It'll make the creaming process a lot easier. While I'm waiting for that to cream, I'm going to come over here to the mixing bowl with the powdered sugar, and I'm just going to mix it up some more. With the whisk, trying to get out all the bumps and lumps. It's not necessary to do this, but it just makes a finer, smoother buttercream if you get out all the bumps. Alright, now you can see that the buttercream is looking pretty good in there, or the butter is looking pretty good in there. It's getting really creamed. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the mixer off. And I like to use a measuring cup, let me get one, to dump in the powdered sugar into the bowl. So I'm going to take about a cup at a time, maybe a cup and a half or so, and put it in the buttercream. And now, to make sure that it doesn't poof, I'm going to start it super duper slow. You know, poofing is when the powdered sugar poofs all over the place. And then gradually I'll turn the mixer up a little bit higher. And you can see that it kind of balled up a little bit. It'll get creamy and smoother the longer you mix it. And that's what you want. You want it to be smooth. You can really see now how balled up it's getting. I can turn it up even more. And there it goes. Back to creamy. Then I'll turn it down again, and I'll add some more of my powdered sugar. You know, it's not a science here. You just want to make sure that you add it pretty slow, because you don't want any lumps. You know, take your time, not a race. Now, I've used about 8 cups of powdered sugar, but you don't have to use 8 cups. Some people use 4 cups. It's all about preference, I think, at this point. I like to use 8 cups. It makes a lot of buttercream icing, and I think I like the flavor and the texture of it. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it up, get it creamy. You can hear it kind of flapping around in there, and that's good. That means that the sugar is getting into the butter and some air is starting to get into it. And that's what you're going to want in the long run, is you're going to want it to be nice and fluffy. Alright, let's do this a couple more times, and then I'll show you how to add the milk and the flavoring. The flavoring that I've chosen, like I said, is going to be this peppermint extract. To have a basic vanilla buttercream, you can just use a basic vanilla. I've got a couple of containers over here of vanilla extract that I've made myself. It's just a vodka and a Tahitian vanilla bean in there. Those will have about another month, and then they'll be ready for me to use. Alright, let's get this buttercream going. my mixture is getting kind of thick, so I'm going to add just a little bit of milk to it. That's just going to loosen it up a little bit and make it easier for the rest of the powdered sugar to mix into the butter. There we go. I'm also going to stop and I'm going to scrape down the sides. I like to take the attachment off to scrape down the sides. Makes it a little bit easier to get in there. And I also need to make sure that I really get down on the bottom, because sometimes some of the butter likes to hang out down there. And I'm doing this one-handed, by the way. I'm holding the camera in one hand and making buttercream in the other. Alright, let's add some more sugar. Oops, spilled a little. Oh well. I never have a clean kitchen when I bake. Alright, I'll turn it up. See how chunky it is? My mixer's trying to work. That means I need to add some of milk. I don't always use all of the milk. I start out with about a half a cup and add it until I get the consistency I want. It's getting good. It's looking good. Alright, I'm going to shut it off. I'm going to pour the rest of the powdered sugar in. See if I can get it over here. There we go. Sometimes it makes it easier to pour it in when you lift up the handle. Alright, I'm going to get a little more milk in there, loosen it out. Alright, this will be the good time to scrape the sides one more time. You can see how thick it is because how much of it is stuck to the attachment here. So I'm probably going to add most of the milk that's left because I don't want it this thick. It'll make it too difficult to pipe. So we'll go ahead and add milk. Slowly, otherwise it'll spatter. Okay, at this point I'm going to add the peppermint extract. I would say use about an 1/8 to 1/4 of a teaspoon to start. I'm just going to eyeball it. The peppermint is pretty strong. And there you have it. You are going to want to mix this on high for 3 to 4 minutes. Now, since it's a mint buttercream, I will probably eventually add a little bit of green food coloring, but you don't have to, it's not necessary. But you're going to beat it for 3 to 4 minutes, and then it'll be ready. Thank you for watching.